lie back. Arms down by your sides. And let's start with feet about hip-width distance apart. Breathe in to lift your hips up and raise your arms up over your head in bridge pose. Exhale, lower your hips down, lower your arms down. Simultaneous. Inhale to rise and reach up. And exhale to lower, hips down, arms down. Inhale, rise up. Stretch out the breath. Exhale fully, hips and arms down. So try to time them together. Inhale up. And you'll notice that arms have to move faster than the hips, being that they move through a much bigger range of motion. We'll take a few more breaths this way, simply linking movement to breath. Feel big toe sides of your feet and pinky toe sides of your feet equally heavy. Two more full breaths. When you come down, cross left ankle on top of right thigh in the figure 4 shape and reach your hands to hold either right hamstring or right shin. Then take a look at the right thigh, the one that you're holding, and start to circle it around the vertical line. So you're either going clockwise or counterclockwise with the circles. Switch the direction of your circles and notice if that gives you access into a different area of the glutes or if it shifts the intensity at all. Now keep the cross of your legs. Set the right foot down. Tip your legs over to the right. Hold on to that left ankle with your right hand and reach your left arm out wide. Press your left knee forward just a little bit away from you to stretch your lateral hip, the side of your left hip, perhaps left side of your body. And take 3 deep breaths into the left ribs. Navel in. Bring your legs back to the center and switch the cross. Right ankle on top of left. Flex the right foot and hold either left hamstring or left shin. Start to circle your left thigh around. So there are points when your arms go straighter and your legs move away from you. And then you do your best to bend your elbows and bring your legs towards you. You might notice as you do a few that the range of motion changes. But here's, I think, something to remember right from the beginning. Switch directions of your circles. Is that the asana practice is certainly not all of yoga, and the asana practice is not meant to satisfy some external picture of a shape, but it is to get very familiar with your body, the places that need a little more attention and the places that we grip a little too tightly, to be able to see our patterns. Set your left foot down. Keep the cross of your legs, tip them over to the left, hold right ankle with left hand, and reach your right arm out wide. Right, to see our patterns and to learn how to take the best possible care of ourselves. It seems to me that when we're taking the best possible care of ourselves, that we have much more capacity to take better care of those around us, of our communities as well. Draw your navel in, bring your legs back to the center, and then I know it's early, but we're going to do happy baby. Hold the outer edges of the feet to begin. If that feels like a bit much, I know it's the beginning of class and not the end, you can hold ankles instead. And try to extend your tailbone forward. So you imagine low back growing longer instead of low back getting rounder. Now, if you're holding your feet, switch the grip, hold the arch side of your feet. Now take a deep breath in here. Exhale, stretch your left leg any amount towards straight. You can do this holding ankles as well. Inhale, bend your left knee. Exhale, stretch the right leg towards straight. Inhale, bend the right knee. Exhale, stretch left leg out. Breathe in, bend both. Exhale, reach through the right leg. Inhale, bend your knees, tailbone forward. Exhale, left leg reaches. Breathe in. Exhale, right leg reaches. Bend both knees, breathe in. And exhale, release your feet down. Turn over onto hands and knees. And walk your hands forward. We'll come right to downward facing dog just to get familiar with what's happening. Backs of your legs from Achilles tendon, way down by your heel, perhaps even bottom of your foot, up into your calf, up into hamstrings. Notice if you feel any tension across your sacrum, even low back. So you take notice of where you're beginning in the physical body. And then bring yourself into stillness in your down dog. Do your best to close your eyes and take notice of where you're beginning in your internal body. What is the feeling in your breath? Is it a lot of work? Is it easeful? What is the pace of your mind? Again, it's not a right or wrong answer or should not be. Simply noticing things as they are right now. And the quality of energy that you feel. High or low, grounded or scattered. Then walk your feet to the front of your mat. Feet hip width distance apart. Bend your knees enough that your ribs can touch your thighs. And I know that might be different than normal forward bends, but try to feel for that connection. Breathe in, come up halfway. Exhale, hang your head down, heavy. Breathe in, stand up, reach all the way up. And exhale, hands in front of your heart. Grab your strap. A little bit of shoulder opening. You can stay standing. I'm just going to show you from here so you can see better. Tug the strap out to the sides to turn on the backs of your shoulders. Keep that tension out to the sides and breathe in, raise your arms up. And then exhale, move them back behind you. Deep breath in, raise them up, feel shoulder blades get closer together. And exhale, arms down in front. Keep that lateral tension, breathe in. Exhale, connect the shoulder blades to bring your hands back and down. Inhale, reach them up. Now as you go forward and back, notice if your chin likes to pull towards your chest. Perhaps if your jaw tightens. If arms bend and they do like a little wrestling match to go forward and back, you might need more slack so that you can keep arms straight. If you notice that space opens up as you breathe, then you would narrow your grip about an inch. A little will go a long way as far as changing the tension in your chest and shoulders. Do 2 more cycles back and forth with breath. So just trying to increase breath capacity by opening up the chest, increase shoulder mobility, to get a little blood moving. When you come back to the front, release the strap. Grab your 2 blocks. Set your 2 blocks at the front of your mat, the tall height, and stand feet hip width distance apart. Breathe in, reach your arms up high, and exhale, fold yourself in half, bend your knees, ribs to thighs. Breathe in, hands on the blocks, flat back. Exhale, raise the left leg in the air. Inhale, stomp into the right heel, heart forward. Exhale, step back, 4 feet into a lunge. Foot down, knee down. Breathe in, raise your arms up. And exhale, set your right hand on your pelvis, side bend. Inhale, pitch a little forward in the side bend. And exhale, reach back a little. Inhale, stretch forward an inch. And exhale, reach back an inch. Once more, breathe in, forward an inch. And exhale, stretch back. Inhale, arms straight up. Exhale, plank pose. Breathe in your plank. Exhale, place your knees down. Place your chest between your thumbs and your chin down. Now roll shoulders back. So this becomes an upper back pose, not a lower back pose. And glide forward onto your belly. Keep shoulder blades connected. Inhale to cobra pose. Now press all 10 toenails. Rise to plank on the tops of your feet. Lift yourself up and back. Roll over your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, stretch your left leg high. Exhale, step it forward, lunge. Back knee down and foot down. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, side bend to the left. Left hand on your pelvis. Inhale, reach forward with the right hand an inch or 2. Exhale, reach back an inch or 2. Inhale, pitch forward just a touch. Exhale, reach back a bit. One more breath. Keep the side bend. Inhale, arms straight up. Exhale, hands to the blocks. Raise the right leg in the air, supported warrior 3. Deep breath in, push into the left heel, and exhale, fold yourself in half, bend your knees. Breathe into a flat back. Exhale, hang down. Inhale, stand and reach all the way up. Exhale, palms to heart. Breathe in, stretch tall. Exhale, fold in half. Breathe in, hands to the blocks. Chest forward and sweep the right leg back. Breathe in, get longer from chest through the right toes. Exhale, step back 4 feet, lunge. Knee down, foot down. Inhale, sweep arms up. Exhale, left hand on your pelvis, side bend to the left. Now inhale, pitch forward a little. Exhale, reach back a little. Come to neutral, breathe in. And exhale, bring the right elbow across onto the left thigh and make a fist. Stack the left hand on top. Push through both of your feet and push through both of your hands to lift your heart up. When you breathe in, stretch your heart forward an inch, and exhale, turn an inch. One more breath, heart forward half an inch. Exhale, lift your heart. Hands down, step to plank. Breathe in here. Exhale, knees, chest, chin. Inhale, roll your shoulders back. Exhale, glide to your belly. Shoulders back again, inhale, cobra pose. Push through the tops of your feet, plank. Roll over your toes, downward facing. Inhale, stretch, right leg up. Exhale, step forward. Back knee down, foot down. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, right hand on your pelvis, side bend. Inhale, pitch forward an inch. Exhale, reach back an inch. Now to neutral, breathe in, side bend, and exhale, twist. Place left elbow outside of the right thigh. Stack the right hand on top of your left fist, but first press into your feet. And then press into your hands to open yourself up. Yeah. Inhale, reach your chest forward. And exhale, push to turn. Inhale, extend forward 1 millimeter. Exhale, see if there's room to rotate. Breathe in, hands to the blocks. Exhale, raise the left leg, supported warrior 3. Inhale, heart forward, press into the right heel. Exhale, 2 feet down, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Empty your breath, soften your knees as you come down. Inhale, stand and reach. Exhale, palms to heart. Blocks can stay there or be off to the side, but hold with feet hip width still hip width apart. Hold opposite elbows. Now keep the grip of the elbows, raise your arms up over your head. If that doesn't work, slide your hands onto your forearms. But what I want you to feel is the sensation like you're pulling your elbows apart towards the sides of your mat. And notice if that creates a little more of a neck than when you're just raising arms overhead. Okay, a little bit of that tug of war to spread the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chair pose, keep your eyes up. Now breathe in, push into your heels. Exhale, start to fold, only go ribs to thighs, halfway down. You'll notice elbows want to drop, but do your best, reach elbows forward. Send elbow tips forward, reach your sit bones backwards, take one more breath, and fold yourself in half. Clasp your hands behind your back. Keep your ribs connected to your thighs as you raise your arms up over your head. Connect the shoulder blades to raise hands. I should say more vertical than overhead. It's a little different engagement between the shoulder blades. Now let your head dangle. Inhale, bend your knees quite a bit, like chair. Exhale, keep ribs to thighs, but stomp into your feet, try to lift sit bones. Inhale, bend your knees. Exhale, push into your feet, lift sit bones up. 3 deep breaths. Soften your mouth, 2 breaths. Imagine your head like a bowling ball on a string. Take 1 more breath. Now free your hands. Release them down, hold opposite elbows over your head, and switch the forearm that's on top if you haven't already. Pull your elbows apart towards the sides of the mat. Again, feel if that creates a little more of a neck. Now bend your knees. Sit bones come down to the level of your knees, and then reach your elbows forward. Take your eyeballs forward. Stomp into the ground. Keep the chair. Raise your upper body. Just the upper body. Raise your elbows. And now go slow. Push the ground away. Stand up. Reach up through elbow tips. And free your arms. Release. Inhale, roll your shoulders up and pull them down and back. Again. Now, turn to face the side of your mat. Straddle stance, feet 3 to 4 feet apart, and that depends mostly on the length of your legs. But strengthen your thighs and breathe in to sweep your arms up. Exhale, take arms wide in a flat back. Pause. Inhale, reach your arms forward. Feel your toe mounds press. And exhale, hang upper body down in the forward fold. Flat back, come all the way up. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, take your arms wide and pause. Inhale, stretch your arms forward. And exhale, fold, hang, head heavy. Inhale, rise and reach all the way up. Exhale, take your arms wide, pause in the flat back. Inhale, stretch forward, press into toe mounds. Exhale, hang your head down. Now breathe into a flat back. Exhale, turn towards your right leg, lunge on the right leg. Feel both of your feet and extend your chest forward. When you rise up, reach your fingers forward, 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 and then circle your body all the way up. And exhale, place your hands down on the mat. Inhale, lift your hips up high towards pyramid pose. And exhale, bend the front knee. Inhale, stretch arms forward and up, lift your rib cage. Exhale, place your hands down. Inhale, lift your sit bones high, pyramid. Exhale, bend the front knee. Last time, reach forward and up. Create a hemisphere with your body as you rise. And exhale, place your hands. Inhale, pyramid pose. Exhale, bend the front knee. Breathe in, turn to your left, straddle forward bend. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, turn, let's say left toes out. Bend your left knee, skandasana, side squat. Breathe into neutral. Exhale, turn the right toes out. Press pinky toe side of left foot. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bend the left knee. Notice that both feet are still flat. Right thigh strong. Inhale, center. Once more to the right. Breathe into center, toes straight ahead. Exhale, fold down. Unlock your knees so hips can rise. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, turn towards your left leg, lunge. Feel the strength of your legs first. Now look forward. Inhale, reach forward. Push into the ground, rise up, heart up. Exhale, place your hands down. Inhale, pyramid pose. Exhale, bend the front knee. Create that hemisphere. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, pyramid pose. Exhale, bend the front knee. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, pyramid pose. Exhale, bend the front knee. Turn to your right, straddle forward bend. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, turn right toes out. This time, you'll stay in the side squat. Plant the left hand directly between the two legs, but out in front a bit. Sit bones are going backwards, and set right hand on top of right knee. Push the right knee away and lean your body back towards your left leg. Notice if the left leg is sleepy. Strengthen the left thigh as you lean your body away from the right leg. Slow motion, release, both hands down. Press the right leg straight, toes straight ahead. Left toes out a bit, Skandasana. Bend your left knee, plant the right palm on the floor, and left hand on top of left knee. Flat back first, and then lean towards the right thigh. You got it. Notice if the right thigh gets sleepy. Press pinky toe side of the foot. Strengthen right quads any amount. And then see what's available, lean back. Slow motion, 2 hands down. Straighten both legs. Fold yourself in half. Breathe into a flat back. Turn towards the front of your mat, lunge. Step to downward facing dog. Inhale, rock forward to plank. Exhale, back, down dog. Breath more than anything. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Keep it going with your breath. You can keep it slow and steady. You can certainly pick it up if you'd like to create a little more heat. For 3, 2, 1. Downward facing dog. Full breath in, sweep your left leg up. Exhale, step forward between your hands, warrior 2. Rise up, stack, left knee on top of left ankle, and reach your arms out wide. Feel the strength of the right leg. So, pressure into that pinky toe side, you'll feel right thigh get stronger. Set your left forearm on your left thigh, right arm straight up, turn the palm backwards, and wrap your hand behind your back. Now you can place your hand on your low back. You can certainly hold inner thigh, but what I want you to notice, oftentimes when we go deeper in the pose, we sacrifice something else. So when we go deeper, we tend to close right shoulder and right collarbone. So just back off a smidge and see what happens if you roll right shoulder blade backwards. If you allow your left ear to hang towards your left shoulder, and then perhaps you lean your head back and stretch the front of your neck a touch, and then bring it back towards the front. Breathe in, take it back a little. Exhale, forward. So we start getting, as we get more practice, we get less attached to the depth of the shape and more interested in what's happening in it. Where do we lose our breath? Where do we start clenching our mouth? Where do we lose the space for receptivity to glean more or different information? Where do we stop the learning? Slow motion, turn your gaze down. Lift the back heel to a lunge. Plant your right palm, sweep your left arm up, twist. Inhale, stretch your chest towards your left kneecap. Exhale, push the ground away with all 3 limbs that are touching it. Inhale, stretch your heart forward a little. Exhale, push the ground away to get bigger in your wingspan. Again, heart forward, breathe in. Exhale, turn, and release both hands down. Then adjust your feet, turn them to the left. So you come on a pinky toe side of the right foot, stand flat on your left foot. Sweep the left arm all the way up over your ear and push the ground away. Notice when you press into your feet more, you might get more of that lateral hip stretch on the left. Perhaps you get a bit more through the left ribs. Place both hands down. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple forward all the way to up dog with your toes tucked. Lift your collarbones. And exhale back, downward facing, knees bend. Deep breath in, sweep your right leg up. Exhale, step to the middle of your hands, warrior two. Rise upright. Stack right knee on top of right ankle. Feel the pinky toe side of your left foot press very strongly. Extended side angle, Parsvakonasana, left arm up in the air, and turn your palm backwards, wrap the left hand behind your back. Feel, more so than the depth of the bind, feel if left shoulder is sinking forward, or if you can move shoulder blade back to spread that left collarbone broad. Allow right ear to hang towards right shoulder. And direct your breath in across your left collarbone. So you visualize creating even just a millimeter more space across the front of that shoulder, across your chest. Creating a touch of space in a sticky, in a bound position. You can stretch your neck by leaning head back a bit and bringing it forward. Notice if left side of the neck feels different than the right. Slow motion, turn your gaze down. Both hands down, plant left palm. Raise your right arm up, twist. Now breathe in, reach your chest towards the right kneecap, and exhale, push the ground away with the left hand. Inhale, chest towards right kneecap. Exhale, push the ground away, bigger wingspan. One more breath. Two hands down. Adjust your feet, turn them to the right. You might have to slide that right foot back a ways so that you can stand flat on it. Raise right arm up and over your ear. Push both feet down. Notice when you push into the ground, maybe there's a bit more stretch in that lateral hip on the right. Lean shoulders back. Lean head back. Take one more breath. Release two hands down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, ripple all the way forward, upward facing. Feel the strength of your legs, spread your collarbones apart. Go back, downward facing. Deep breath in, stretch your left leg up in the air. Exhale, step to the middle. Spin the back foot flat, rise to warrior two again. Then reach extended side angle, right arm up. First option is half the bind, right arm behind the back, releasing right side of your neck. If you'd like the full bind, you can use the strap or not, but bring the left elbow inside the knee, internally rotate that shoulder to clasp hands outside of your left glute. Lean shoulders back, lean your head back in bound Parsvakonasana. Now you can stay just like this, or turn your gaze to the floor. Scoot the back foot forward, step it to the front of the mat, and prop on your left tip toes. Now pull your heart forward like we did before. Stomp into the right foot and stand all the way up. Push your left arm back into the left leg to help you broaden your chest in Bird of Paradise. Breath across collarbones. Lift your navel a lot. Unwind. Feet to the floor. Free your hands. Feet hip width apart. Breathe in, come up halfway. Exhale, step to plank. Deep breath in plank. Exhale, tuck-toed upward facing. Don't push it as far as the depth because we're fairly uneven after one side of bird and not the other. Go back, downward facing. Bend your knees, tilt, sit bones up high. Full breath in, stretch right leg up. And exhale, step forward, center of your hands, warrior two. Extended side angle, forearm to thigh. Wrap the left arm behind your back. Half a bind, open up left side of your chest by moving left shoulder blade. If you're going for the full bind, elbow comes to the inside of the thigh now. Internally rotate, clasp your hands. Now push right arm back into the right thigh to help you open up the front of the body. Stay here, cultivate the breath. Or gaze down. Step the left foot forward, step it forward, and prop on right tiptoes. Now before you rise, draw your heart forward. Then find your roots. Stomp into the left foot. Push your left foot down like crazy. And then push right arm back into the right leg. You can stay with the knee bent or you can extend it straight. That part doesn't so much matter, but please make sure that there is the foundation of breath. So we're not, again, trying to satisfy some external expectation, but paying close attention to our own bodies. Lift your belly. Lift your belly. Unwind. 2 feet down, free your hands. Feet hip width apart. Inhale, come up halfway. Reach your chest through, lift sit bones. Step back, plank. Deep breath in plank. You decide. Chaturanga, up dog, cobra pose, tuck-toed up dog. Lengthen the front of your body. Go back. Downward facing dog. Stretch your left leg up, fill up with breath. And exhale, come forward, pigeon pose. Left knee fairly wide behind the left wrist. And press your left foot down quite a bit. Place your elbows down. Now instead of the sleeping version, pull your chest forward using the leverage of your arms. And notice if it's all chin that's going forward, and see if you can pull collarbones through. Soften the edges of your breath. So right after heated moments, we remember that we have the ability to take it back down. So not only to uphold us in those heated or sticky or uncertain or unstable moments, but also to help bring us back to homeostasis after. To soften the edges. Walk your arms over to the left. Prop on the right elbow and your left fingers step outside your left knee. Notice that your hips might want to fall to the right. Keep your pelvis in the center. Stay here and breathe. Or, if there's room to add to this twist, circle left arm forward, swim it up and back. Perhaps you bend the back knee and grab hold of the back foot. Now, if that stops your breathing, then please do reconsider the depth of the shape that you're in. If you're able to, cultivate steadiness of breath, even in the intense places, then you stay. But you have to make sure you're safe first. If you have a hold of the foot, slow motion, release it. Hands to the front of your mat. Go back, downward facing left leg, either up in the air or pedal out your heels to release your left knee. And when you're ready, stretch right leg up. Exhale, bring it forward, half pigeon. Press right foot firmly into the mat. So you've got a stable base. Then lower down onto elbows. Use the leverage of your arms. Pull your chest forward. And as you go for that length in your spine, you might notice that it changes the stretch in the right glutes. Perhaps it focuses it, might shift it to a slightly different place. Soften what you can here. Right, so we set conscious roots. We know we need to have some engagement in the process, but then see what is not essential here. Perhaps tension in your eyes, or in your mouth, or resistance in your breath. Right, so we teach ourselves to soften the places that we can soften. To decrease nervous system activation, for sure. To decrease the bracing and the protecting. And to open ourselves up maybe to glean some new or different information. Walk your arms to the right. So you'll prop on left elbow. Set your right fingers outside of the right knee and work on lifting your chest. Perhaps leaning shoulders back, but notice if hips fall to the left. Bring them back to the center. Stay here. Tend to your breathing. Or big circle, left arm forward, swim it up and back, and reach for the back foot. Check on the breath. Use it to help release some excess tension. Use it to help communicate with your body, as long as you're safe, right? That it is okay to soften. Slow motion, release. Prop up onto your hands and go back. You can stretch right leg straight up in the air or pedal your heels on the mat. And try to let your head hang heavy, sort of bowling ball on a string idea. Then place both of your knees down. When we turn onto the back here, I want to do a little bit of glute release before we settle down, but I think it's helpful to see. So your blocks will be next to your body. When you lift your hips up like bridge pose, you'll tilt the top edge of the block in, so it goes under your glutes, okay? So lie back, set your feet hip width distance apart, blocks alongside you on their lowest height. Lift your hips up, tuck the upper inner edge of the block, point it in towards your sacrum, towards the center. Now, you might find a very tender spot right off the bat, in which case you can stay here and steady yourself with breath. If there's room to explore, rock your knees to one side and rock your knees a couple inches to the other side. And then it becomes a little bit more like a massage, where the block starts to get in between the layers of tissue. Similar to the effect of foam rolling, but without the sort of full body wrestling match that foam rolling can feel like. It's relatively passive here, where gravity is doing the lion's share of the work. When you come back to the center with your knees, try your blocks slightly lower or perhaps slightly wider. Try a slightly different spot. And then same thing, really slow rocking if there's room as far as intensity, if there's room as far as breath to do that. Just real slow. And you get to notice if one side is more attention getting, or if a particular area is more attention getting. And it's all gathering information so that we can move forward. We can choose most wisely instead of being pulled by supposed to's and distraction and swirling. But you take the time to do your own experiments, if you will. Set the blocks in one more spot, slightly wider or higher or lower. When you feel even side to side, bring your knees back to the center. And if the blocks are not fairly narrow towards your sacrum, make them narrow towards the sacrum on either side. And then slide one leg out straight and the other leg out straight. Now what I like about this is it prevents our legs from flopping outward. So sometimes this will target the stretch in the front of the hips a little bit better than even a block positioned like supported bridge. But if this doesn't work, know that you can always bend your knees and set one block underneath your pelvis in supported bridge. Notice how much effort there is in the breath. Right? Make it attentive, make it intentional, but let go of any force. Soften the tension in your brow. Let your eyes sink back into their sockets. Feel your breath fill you up. Pause in that fullness. Empty the breath out. Pause, stillness. Inhale through your nose. Pause, register the fullness. Exhale completely. Remember the stillness. keep going. Short pauses at the top and at the bottom of the breath. Because I think we all need to remember the fullness that we already are at our essence. Right? Our truest nature is whole and complete as it is. It's not lacking, it's not missing, it's not too much or not enough. It is whole and complete. But us in this human life, in this human experience that we are having, are messy. And for me, when I can remember that this learning will be lifelong, this learning of yoga, learning about social injustice, educating myself on what I feel is important, right? All of these things are lifelong. They don't have an end point. And for me, that's liberating. There's nowhere to get to. I can just be in the process. And when I forget, I get to start again. Because we will forget. The learning is often inconvenient. Right? Practicing outside of the circumstances that we know and love is inconvenient. But when we remember to come back, that's where the growth, that's where the support and the connection happens. Draw your navel in, slide one foot back, foot flat. Slide the other foot back, foot flat. Lift your hips up and slide your blocks out. Pause with your knees knocked onto each other for a moment. Full expansive breath. Raise your arms overhead. Stretch your legs out straight, full body stretch. Hug your knees into your chest. Curl to one side. Use the strength of your arms to press all the way upright. Join your palms together. Full breath in. Long breath out through your mouth. Full inhale. Complete exhale. One more. The yoga is in you. No specific location or equipment required. It's within you. Keep practicing, coming back. Thank you so much. May the practices be of benefit to each of us, and may they be in service of the well-being and the freedom of all.